A lot of problems defensively. The difference was a couple Danny Green threes and a LeBron James drive here and there.
Listen, I was going to say, he's being nice. He busted my butt and, you know.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche NBN. Yep, D.A.J. Well, Eric, tremendous athleticism. Thanks, D.A. And the starting group for the Spurs. We've got Lyles, also LaMarcus Aldridge out. DeJounte Murray is out there at DeRozan, and it's Forbes in at the shooting guard. And for Orlando, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Fultz, and it's Isaac in at the 3 slot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge. Clark, you look at the defensive metrics for Nikola Vucevic lately, very good. And yet, he's been considered a liability at that end. So, in your opinion, which is?
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I think it's a blend, quite honestly. The analytics say one thing, but in this day and age, the way the game is played, big centers are typically challenged from a mobility standpoint, especially trying to defend fleet-footed perimeter guys in pick-and-roll situations and in space. To Vucevic's credit, he's worked hard at becoming better, trying to be a better rim protector and recognize where he needs to be early on with anticipation. So he's making progress, but it's a blend in my mind.
Here's Fultz, and finished off by Fultz.
And I appreciate how skilled Fultz is handling the ball. I mean, excellent at getting to his favorite spots on the floor.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Pass to Forbes. Passes it to DeRozan. Just 5 to shoot. Baseline jumper. That one misses. And Orlando the other way now. Isaac passes to Vucevic. Lays it up and banks it in.
Superb body control by Vucevic. Bouncing off the defense and burying the shot.
Now here's Murray. Guarded closer. And the shot goes in. And it's Orlando's ball. Outside Fournier. Vucevic down low. Aldridge on him. They grab their own miss. And it's Vucevic missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
DeRozan. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And the suffocating reach of Isaac is tough to overcome and outshoot. Excels at getting up and denying shots.
For 3. It's hauled in by Lyles. The Spurs have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Forbes, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. To the right side, to the inside. And Vucevic kicks to Fultz. Pass to Isaac. Fades and shoots. They get it again. Here's Vucevic. Gordon, the pass to Vucevic. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty.
And you've heard the saying on death and taxes. The San Antonio Spurs might be that third thing you can count on.
Yeah, I agree. A model of consistency, and that starts with culture and chemistry and commitment. And they play smart, they play together, and they rarely beat themselves. That's one of the reasons the Spurs have been one of the greatest pro sports franchises in history over the last 25 years.
Terrence Ross is checked in for Isaac. Spurs also with the sub. Derek White's checked in for Bryn Forbes. Fultz with the ball. 14 points from him the last game against Chicago.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
You know, Fultz is a guy who can easily take over a game if you give him an opportunity to. He's very confident and has remarkable decision-making skills.
The Magic making a switch here. Aminu's checked in. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Nadu, he's checked in for Aldridge. Gay comes in for Trey Lyles. Bellinelli, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Lonnie Walker in for DeJounte Murray.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
Gordon against White. It's stolen by Bellinelli. White inside, and it's blocked by Gordon.
Good defensive instincts there displayed by Gordon. Reading the shooter all the way and timing the rejection perfectly.
Spurs trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. James Ennis comes in for Gordon. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Fultz. Ross against White. Ross dishes to Augustine. 6 to shoot. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Here's Aminu, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Now, here's Bellinelli. Not a lot of room, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Italian, Marco Bellinelli, one of the league's best sharpshooters, and Greg very comfortable shooting on the move.
He always seems to be floating one way or the other on his shot. It wouldn't work for most shooters, but he uses it to evade the D.
And the Spurs making a change here. Mills is checked in. Ross kicks to Augustine. Fires the 3. It doesn't go for him. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Here's Mills, led by Augustine. Offensive rebound. That one good for 2.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
From deep. No good on the last second attempt there. And so the first quarter is in the books. Magic out in front. James Ennis played in Australia, Puerto Rico.
This would be a rotation player.
And with the importance of the 3-ball nowadays, Greg, a great goal for Ennis.
He possesses length and athleticism on the wing, and if he can reliably knock down the triple, he's a consistent rotation player in this league.
Buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. You might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Rudy Gay is out there with Medu. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's Mills, and it's Walker in at the 2-guard spot. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. You Kevin, Marcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, DA, and he's still getting it done. Thank you.
And they're very lucky to have the lead after that terrible shooting in the first quarter. But they've rounded into form here in the second and have brought that field goal percentage up.
Here's Bamba, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, you talk about physical gifts for the game. Mo Bamba, a 7-footer with the longest wingspan, 7'9.5", and that gives him a huge sphere of influence.
So for the Magic, Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Aminu. Isaac comes in for Ennis, and Fournier subbed in for Ross. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Medu. Trey Lyles comes in for Rudy Gay. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Lonnie Walker. Fournier pass to Bamba. From down in the low post, it goes. Bamba's got it all tied up now for the Magic. You look at Bamba able to touch the rim while still on the ground. He gets off the ground pretty well, too.
A good athlete, still getting stronger and developing his feel for the game. But he has something you just can't teach.
Isaac misses. Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against Dallas. Here's DeRozan over Bamba, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Mohamed Bamba.
DeRozan is deceptive in his height and quickness, so I think it makes him hard to guard, especially from this area.
Vucevic checked in for the Magic. Markel Fultz comes in for DJ Augustine. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Murray's checked in. Now, here's Fultz. Takes it off the glass. Fournier's got his first basket of the night.
Kevin, for a young player, I like the way Fultz sees the floor. He knows and feels when a guy is open.
Now here's Murray, guarded by Fultz. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young. He still has a very bright future.
And Murray winning second team all-defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
White, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. Outside Fournier. Vucevic against Aldridge. Lets it go from deep. Bangs home the trifecta. And it's 9 points for Vucevic.
Well, you look at Vucevic right there. That's clearly a shot that he's worked on. The proof is in the pudding.
And Murray, here we go. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Outside Fournier. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. And the Magic lead by 2.
You know, even when you think you've got Fournier bodied up, he still finds a way to slither to a score.
Outside White. And here is Lyles. A 14-point game for him in the win against Dallas. A nice shot by Aldridge.
You know, you look at the mid-range game Aldridge has, it keeps the defense honest. They have to worry about a lot more than just his post game.
Now here's Fultz. He's covered closely, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And the number 1 pick in 2017, Markel Fultz out of Washington. 6'4". Clark, you think he's more of a point guard or a 2?
Well, you know, at Washington, Kevin, I thought he showed the ability to score and assist at a high level. Coming out of college, I thought he had a chance to be really dynamic in both areas. Time will tell if that's the case, but I think playing the point could take some of the pressure off of his shot as he regains confidence in that part of his game.
And you look out there at the Magic, one of the taller teams in our league.
And, you know, that's a philosophical bent for the front office. They want long, athletic players. Draft guys with great length and then develop their strength and skill level. And I actually kind of like that approach. Have a philosophy, stick to it, and be true to it.
And let's check out a breakdown looking at some data for White. How he did last season. Averaged 10 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And his rookie season, an opportunity to learn the NBA game. He's hoping to take a larger role in his sophomore campaign.
Well, he had the whole summer to work on his game. I believe he will take that next step forward in his development.
Isaac passes to Gordon. He kicks it to Vucevic. Aldridge with some nice deep.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
A wide open look here for DeRozan. A miss that time would have put him up.
He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him settle down a bit here.
Back to Fournier. The pass to Vucevic. White against Fournier. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Murray with it. Defended now by Fournier. Gay scanning the floor. Vucevic with the block.
Denied. Return to sender. That's something you expect from a 7-footer like Vucevic.
Here's Fultz. And some nice defense there to end the quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. They got their lead up to as many as 8. And that's...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Vucevic, guys, has been exceptional.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Markel Fultz out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Isaac in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Here's Fultz. Clark, if you were a coach on a team, what would you want to see from a guy by the end of his rookie season in the NBA?
You know, Kevin, I won't be specific because I think it's more general in my estimation. Owning his development, whatever that means, embracing how he's going to get better. If it's a particular area of the game, yes, but understanding the professionalism of work ethic and developing good habits and really owning that. That's what I would want to see.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
DeRozan on the wing. Offline with his 3.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the board, we're certainly seeing the effort.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And then jammed down as he goes right over Nikola Vucevic.
Well, guys, we've seen DeRozan. He's got tremendous bounce, and when he's airborne, not only is he up high, he's strong while he's in the air, too. Really special.
Fournier goes in, and again, it's Orlando converted.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. James Ennis comes in for Isaac. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Fultz. Here's Lyles. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Lyles got his first points of the game.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Bounce pass from Augustine. Here's Gordon. That's in. Augustine with the assist. Gordon's got his first bucket of the night.
Boy, you look at the defense, not nearly the hustle or energy at that end of the floor. It's the exact opposite of what it was in the first half.
The three from Mills, and the three ball is good. Mills has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Bob pass to Gordon, throws down the alley-oop slam.
And Gordon taking advantage of the fact that when he gets up in the air like that, nobody's interested in getting in his way.
Up top Mills, headed by Augustine. Shots good by Mills.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. The 55th pick back in 2009. Those picks don't hit very often, but Greg Patty Mills now with a decade in the NBA.
6'0". And that may be generous. The Australian Mills, a dangerous pull-up shooter, and he does not back down.
Making some changes. Aminu comes in for Mohamed Bamba, and it's Ross in for Augustine. San Antonio also making some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for Trey Lyles, and Derek White subbed in for Patty Mills. Walker against Ross. There's Gordon with the 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Gordon's got 7 points here in this quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Medu passes to Walker. From 11 feet away, that one doesn't drop.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Spurs trail by 6. The dish to White. Pass to Medu. Now Walker. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. That's on El Farouk Aminu.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple. And you know, the Spurs are never afraid to play to the tune of their own drummer. I mean, just as the rest of the league embraces threes and layups, the Spurs going against that grain, leading the league in mid-range shots and post-ups.
Vucevic checked in for the Magic. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. Trailing by 5. Walker got it. Good job in the low post. Walker's got 6 points. Orlando, they've gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. Fournier pass to Ross. Here's Vucevic, guarded by Walker. Tries from 10. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 4 rebounds in this game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Spurs have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. Orlando making some changes. Isaac's checked in for James Ennis, and Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Fournier. He hits the second from the line. Here is Ross. No points in the game yet for him. 32 seconds left in the third. Here's Vucevic, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Establish his position with a strong base. You got to box out Vucevic better than that.
White with it. Passes it to Aldridge. And here's DeRozan. 4 on the shot clock. And the layup is good. DeRozan's got his second bucket of the night.
The determination that DeRozan brings to scoring in the painted area, really unmatched. He's not going to mess up too many of those chances.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Orlando out in front, up by 2. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for San Antonio. Gay and Aldridge are up front. Then there's Murray. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Forbes in at the 2-guard. Fultz kicks to Isaac. Now here's Ross. Pass to Fultz. Eyes a 3. DeRozan with the rebound. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
And not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
And growing up about 15 miles south of the Staples Center, DeMar DeRozan idolized Kobe Bryant, Clark, and patterned his game after him.
And you can see evidence of Kobe's game in DeMarcus's game. You think about the footwork, the ability to post up, the moves and counter moves, the balance and strength. I think he owes a lot of that to the Mamba.
And the shot goes in from Fultz.
Boy, it's so good to see how under control Fultz is. I mean, even when the defense is trying to rattle him, shake him up, distract him, it doesn't bother that sweet jumper.
And it's Murray penetrating.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
And here is Ross. He can't get it to go. Aldridge with some nice D. Gay finds Murray. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Here is Forbes. He's guarded by Ross. Isaac with the steal. Here is Ross. Ball's knocked loose. Aminu. And that's collected by Gay. Gay's got his 6th rebound on the night. DeRozan on the wing. He's covered by Isaac. Murray the pass to Aldridge. Gay kicks to Forbes. There's the 3. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeding. And finished off by Fultz.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
The pass to Aldridge. Back to Murray. It's Aldridge high post. Forbes the pass to Murray. Lock at 6. Now Isaac. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And they take the lead. And that's 15 points for Vucevic.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but a much better half since they changed hoops. And they're really looking strong here.
Fultz looking around. Inside, here's Aminu. Gay with the block.
Gay using his reach and bounce to perfection to block the shot.
Here's Murray. Vucevic with the block. Now here's Isaac. DeRozan defending. Count that one from Isaac. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Magic?
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Nikola Vucevic.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed us down low.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said, in this league, it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. Let's just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
And Vucevic enjoys throwing his weight around now. At 260 lbs, he's really good at finding ways to get to the line.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ballgame.
He is absolutely the guy you want at the line in that situation. It just shows you how much he loves these moments.
Down low. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Orlando leading by 4. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
And Vucevic is really good about playing nerveless basketball. In other words, he's not going to let anything bother him. He's under control, he's calm, he's composed, and he's confident. And that lets him deliver when it matters most.
Aldridge, good.
And no accident that Aldridge is the player they go to in the clutch. When they need a bucket, he comes up with big points.
To the paint, and stolen by Aldridge. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Come!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
To the middle, and stolen by Aldridge. Here's DeRozan. Count it, and the foul. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
This is what scratches the itch for DeRozan. Moments like this, he lives for. Takes great pride in being the guy to knock down the critical shots.
Yeah, how about the bucket to tie with the D just all over him? The free throw to give them the lead. Just a fantastic play all around.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're down by 1. We've got 33 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Hey, they do have enough time here if they shoot quickly to get the 2 for 1. We'll see if they try.
Swiped away. And an intentional foul right there.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 3. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise,
seconds left to play here in the fourth. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded closer. Here's Vucevic. And just miss after miss right now. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Boy, DeRozan is a treat to watch. This guy is athletic, and he throws down some monster dunks. This dude is sick at the rim.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg.